What's up, internet? My name is Jake Doxy, and welcome back to another episode of the Doxcast. I'm not gonna lie, filming an intro is actually really fucking hard. After countless amount of efforts, I've realized this is probably the best we're gonna get, so I'm not gonna waste any more of my time, and for the length of the intro, I'm not gonna waste any more of your time either. So without further ado, let's get straight into the episode.
Shawty catch a vibe, yeah, I had to put her on. Bought a two-seater, yeah, we heading for the sun. Shawty got my high, I ain't tripping for the funds. Yeah, I won't start, I ain't tripping, I'm a stun.
Alright. As you know, before we start, I need to say something to you that I do say to everyone that comes on, but I would not be saying it if it was not true. You're sitting here because I find you interesting. That's because you are an interesting person. I want to learn more about you, how you think, and how you feel, and I love that I have the opportunity to share this experience. So I really appreciate you coming over. Thank you for sitting down. And ladies and gentlemen, the man sitting before me has had a massive impact on growth, on me, not just physically, but also mentally as a mate. He's my day one gym partner. He has the fattest Mars at any festival, and I swear by that. And he's a friend that I hold very dear to my heart. This is Jake Xibbo.
Thanks for having me, big dog.
That's alright, bro. Big dog. I love when you call me big dog, eh?
Yeah, you cop that a fair bit, don't you?
Yeah, I love that. I love big dog, bro. I call everyone big dog. Yeah, how you feeling? How you feeling before we get into it?
Yeah, pretty good.
Usually people feel a bit nervous. You feel nervous?
Nah, not at all.
You don't feel any feel nervous? Because bro, I'm the
maybe
host.
A little, but...
I'm the host. I feel nervous every time. All right. Well, we were just talking about something off camera. I want to bring it up. Oh yeah, we were saying you were going to the mic like this. Hello, right? And it was making me think, wouldn't it be funny if I got someone I didn't tell them and I changed their audio to really high pitch and posted it without telling them? That'd be sick. That'd be sick.
That would be sick.
The first thing I want to talk to you about was the gym, all right? Because, fuck, we had fun conquering the gym together, eh?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
100% those are the days. And conquering is the word for it, you know what I mean? We had just such an ego as well, you know what I mean? Yeah. And
we literally ran that gym.
Oh, 100%. That was our gym, bro. Yeah. Shout out to Elite Fitness. Honestly, I hold that gym so close to me. Yeah. You still go there, bro. I'm so jealous.
I've sort of changed up the vibe. I've changed the image that I have for myself. Back then, I was like, oh, fuck, it's these two.
Yeah, 100%. That's how they used to look at it, say. And Luke Sessions. Shout out to Luke Sessions, yeah. Oh, that was good fun. But I remember we were so egotistical. We just walk up. Oh, this is not funny. It's such a slack thing to do. I wouldn't say you. I'd say me. I'd walk up to someone on the machine and just... off you get.
With me, I wouldn't have to say anything.
You didn't even have to do the whistle or nothing, eh? Yeah, that's sick. That's sick. Do you remember why you got in, like, how old were you when you first started training? Because we trained at the beginning at different times.
So, I started training when I was about 16. I was a real skinny kid in school, so...
I feel that. I feel that.
I literally got called meatless and...
Meatless?
Spineless, whatever.
Meatless, I've never heard that one.
So I got called that in school.
Yeah.
And I think I was 16. I picked up a weight in my backyard, started slowly training, had no idea what I was doing. Yeah. And then a good buddy of mine, do you remember John Nickers?
Yeah. I like John Nickers. Shout out to John Nickers. Yeah.
He's a good cunt. Yeah. He goes, I know that you train in your backyard now, but let's sign up for Elite Fitness, start training together. So he was actually my first training partner.
Nice.
So I kicked it off with him. And then, that was going pretty good. Never trained legs for that first year.
No, who trains legs, bro? Fuck legs.
Trains legs.
Fuck that. Don't ask me the other day, you want to come elite, train legs? I said, enjoy training, bro.
Yeah, I probably started training legs maybe 2 years in. Yeah. And then I met this guy. He has the same name as me. And I met you at Elite as well. Yeah. And a few weeks in, we hit it off. And then after probably... few months of knowing each other, we became great training partners. Yeah, hard. It was so good, bro. And like for everyone listening who knows me now, who didn't know me then, I look nothing like I looked. Like I'm a scumbag to being skinny as fuck. Alright, sometimes I get the beer belly going and shit. But bro, when we were training together, I got to fucking I think my max weight was like 92, 93 kilos. Yeah, it was something ridiculous. Now I sit at if I'm being a fat cunt now, 70, 78. Yeah. Trying to get back to about 70. But what about you? What was your max weight at the gym? My max weight, I think I got to 87, 88.
87, 88, yeah. Because I'm a little bit taller than you as well. A little bit taller. But you had more muscle definition for sure, 100%. And you were stronger. Fuck you, bro.
Don't sell yourself short. Yeah. You kept up with me.
Oh, but still, every week it was like, fuck's sake, dude. I just want to be stronger. And that's what was so good, eh? It was the healthy competition.
It was, yeah. That's what actually drove us to go a bit stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, no regrets. It was great.
Nah, no regrets at all.
Obviously, it was a big learning curve at the time, but now I look back and go, oh, I probably wouldn't do some things that I did back then.
Yeah. I feel you. But, yeah, we'll keep this PG, this podcast.
We'll keep PG this time,
yeah, and I should mention that actually, we've actually shot this podcast before.
Yeah.
But that's just from me to you, right? No one
else can know how wild the other podcast is.
Yeah. But I think you might have been in the first 1 or 2 recorded sessions, eh? Was it? Do you remember at the time?
I think it was
maybe 2 or 3.
2, or 3.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, do I post it? And I was like, nah, it's a bit self-revealing.
Yeah.
Some messed up shit was said.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny.
It was funny. And to be honest, every podcast in that period, when the learning curve for me, everyone said the same thing.
That's how I saw it. It's just a practice one. Actually had Sahil call in the middle of it.
That was so good. That was so good, bro.
That was great.
Fuck yeah. Oh, let's talk about Sahil for a bit, alright?
Why not?
I fucking miss that kind of a lot, eh?
Yeah.
I miss that kind of a lot.
So do I.
Yeah. He's been good, like, because you know how he goes in cycles, so he'd call you for a while and then he'd call someone else. He's just gotten me. He's gotten someone else again, so I won't talk to him for another few months. But he just knows what to say sometimes, eh? He'll just call you and just give you some advice sometimes.
Yeah, it's great.
Fuck, he's a good kid.
I'm waiting for him to put me back in his phone book. Because it's been a couple more months. I've been telling his missus, you know, when he's ready, put me back in the phone book so I can wish him a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be the start of things, and
Yeah, sweet. So when do you want to go see him? I think like maybe January.
Oh yeah, we'll work out a time. We'll go see him.
Yeah, last time I spoke to Imogen, she said I think mid-January they're gonna start opening it up or some shit like that for everyone to come visit. Yeah, sweet. We got in fuck, bro. To be honest, how intimidating was it when we went to go visit him last time?
They literally treated us like criminals.
They were like, it was like they were physically poking me, just trying to aggravate me at the same time, eh?
What about how they took us out and searched the car?
Searched the car, flipped us, searched us, like just, and oh my god, the police dogs all over us and that. And they were saying to us, just give us the drugs, just give us the drugs.
Give us the drugs.
Dude, we don't fucking have any drugs.
Remember when the fat copper asked you, how do you know him?
Yeah.
What did you tell him?
He says, how do you know him? And I said, no, he didn't ask me how I know him, which is why it threw me off. He goes, when did you first meet him?
Yeah,
that's what he said to me. I'm like, the fuck? Oh, fuck. When did I first meet him? Then he goes, right, so you don't even know him. Next. And I said, the fuck? I was like, don't tell me I don't know him.
Yeah, I was biting my tongue a little bit. I wanted to say, listen, you fat bastard. Like, it's one of our brothers. Like, what are you fucking trying to do? You're not intimidating. You just...
Oh, bro, it was so annoying.
He looks like the mall cop.
He did, eh? He did look like mall cop. And everyone else, bro, they were so much nicer, eh? Even the bigger, stronger fucking police officers, they were alright.
It's just that one dude.
That one fat fuck, bro. Like, honestly, fuck that cunt. I hate that cunt. No, I don't hate that cunt. I'm trying to enter a new wave this year.
We're trying to, you know, be a bit more opening and welcoming towards people. But
but then you have that one fat fuck that just fucking boils you up, eh?
Yeah, there's always one guy. You know, fuck this dude.
Yeah, I feel ya. Yeah, speaking of Sahil, how good was it to get that photo the other day? How good was it?
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was so good. And shout out to any of the boys who made it that day. And I understand for those boys who didn't make it that day, it was just... things line up, things don't line up, but he's going to love that photo.
Yeah, for sure. It was a good little reunion as well. I haven't seen some of those boys in a while.
Yeah.
So it's good catching up with everyone.
Yeah.
So big shout out to that group.
Yeah, shout out to that group. Shout out to that. And then Surgeon fucking trying, bro. That was funny.
He missed out. But,
yeah, that was funny. But for anyone listening, sorry for skipping over this, but what happened was our mate Sahil did go to jail for things that he knows he shouldn't have been doing. You know, we won't talk about it too much. I'll wait for Sahil to come out and talk about what it was. But we ended up finding out that he's now allowed to get photos. So I created what would you say, like kind of like a hoodie for everyone to buy, and then the profit went towards something that he can benefit out of. I won't go into detail on what that was, but then we all linked up, put the hoodies on, took a mad group photo in the park when we were all younger and used to kick back.
I reckon people around probably thought we were going to go rob a bank or something with those black hoodies. We just look like a bunch of gangsters sit in the park taking a photo. Oh, it was God.
Yeah, that was funny, eh? Yeah, that was sick. All right, we'll go back to talking about the gym. when I was training at that weight, I'm very surprised that I didn't get any injuries. Did you find yourself hurting yourself when we were pushing yourselves?
Not at the time, but because I've lifted that heavy in the past, it's had its fair share of wear and tear.
Okay.
So if I lift too heavy on bench, if I go say over 100 kilos, I can get a bit of a tear in between the shoulder and the chest.
Yeah.
It's like right here.
Yeah.
But other than that, not too many injuries. Obviously, I got messed up knees from soccer and when I was doing Muay Thai in 2018. That messed me up a little bit. So I've got to be very cautious how I train my legs, how heavy I go, good form and stuff like that. But other than that, I had that shoulder reco as well. So I just got to be mindful of how I train, how heavy I lift, and yeah, that's about it, really.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Just good form.
And you did mention shoulder reco. I want to hear the story because it's not even the same shoulder, is it? Is it the opposite?
No, it's the same shoulder.
No, from when you get the tear. Like it's opposite shoulder.
It's the opposite shoulder. That's the whack thing,
yeah.
Oh, back to that shoulder injury. So I think it was 2018. I was riding on a track at Erskine Park with one of my buddies, and I was on the back wheel leading, being a bit of a loose unit, and wasn't really looking in front because I obviously had the front wheel up in the air, and out of nowhere this ditch popped out of nowhere and I went straight into it, and I got up and I was like, oh fuck. I could just feel that I was in a bit of a mess. I look over to this shoulder and it's out like that. Completely popped out.
So it was out on the spot?
Yeah, it was out on the spot.
Oh shit.
And I said to my mate Mitchell, I was like, oh, can you put it back in place? And he looked at me and goes, fuck, I can try. So he tried putting it back in place, wouldn't go back in. And he's like, bro, I got to call you an ambulance. I was like, yeah, good up. And I get to the hospital. I find out that I've got a punctured lung and a cracked rib as well. So it's a bit of a messy one. So I was out of action for 3 months.
Yeah, shit. Punctured lung. I didn't even know that. That's a big injury.
Yeah. So for that 3 months, I literally sat at home watching movies, eating junk food.
Yeah.
And then after I recovered, so it happened in September of 2018, and then I think in January 2019, I went back to the gym. I was like, fuck. Yeah. I got to smack this year hard. So I went a bit overboard in 2019 with certain things. But I looked pretty great by the end of 2019.
Yeah, for sure. Is that when we went to Melbourne together, 2019? Yeah, bro. That's
another story.
That's when I referenced the fattest muzz, bro. Honestly, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah.
All right, give me a few things actually that I wanted to touch base on based on what you were saying. First one, it would be, I've noticed that an injury, because I have one now, my ribs are fucking killing me. It's like, it's stopping me from training as much as I want. It's a actually big mind game that I've never really experienced before, because like, one, you have your physical injury. That's one thing you have to deal with. But then the mental, it's depressing. It's like, did you notice a big feeling?
Pain, it goes straight to your head too, and you're like, oh, I feel a little bit messed up. It just plays a bit of a game in your head as well.
Yeah.
But with ribs, you got to ride it out. There's no actual.
There's nothing.
There's nothing you can do.
I know.
Unless you want them to cut you up and have a look. But,
yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's not an option.
I know.
You just got to ride it out. If it's a fractured rib, like it'll recover.
Yeah. That's the thing with ribs. They are very self-healing. Like,
yeah, they're self-healing.
Yeah. But what I'm trying to get at is like, did you notice that you were feeling like down when you were injured? Like, did it take a toll on your mental?
With that shoulder reconstruction?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I was depressed. I went from being this big unit to a stick. At first, I had one arm that was real swollen, the one that I fractured. I mean, what did I do to it again? I dislocated it, and then I went from having 2 solid arms to one arm that was really swollen, and then after the swelling went down, this arm just went real skinny, and I still had one decent size.
Oh, really?
That was really backwards for me at the time.
Yeah. Have you seen the video of Quagmire? And have you seen that skit? I'm sorry to cut you off, but there's a skit of Quagmire. I'll put a link in the description, anyone listening. And Peter says to him, like, oh, Quagmire, I haven't seen you in like a month. What have you been doing? And he's like, oh, I've just been watching some of that internet porn. And then he's like, oh, how's it going? He's like, yeah, it's all right. I'm just going to go get the mail. And he picks up his arm and it's massive. One arm is so big. One arm's big. Did you feel like that at all?
Yeah, it was kind of like that. I had one arm that was real skinny, and then the other arm was sort of still muscular.
Yeah, I get ya.
So
yeah, all right, cool. I understand. And the second thing I wanted to talk about was the motorbike freak, just in general. I've never been able to have a motorbike, ride a motorbike, but it's always been something that I'm so interested in.
Yeah.
I've ridden it maybe 3 or 4 times in my life, a bike, and then I got on the back of your bike. And fuck off, bro. I never wanted to get on a bike again. That was crazy. That was crazy. What is it, 450?
Yeah, that one's a 450.
Yeah, so that's already way too much power for me to comprehend.
I think I took you on the 250 once before that. And the second time was on the 450.
Yeah. And even at 250, I'm fine. I'm not scared. I can ride off 250. But fuck off, a 450 is just another animal, bro.
Especially a 450 with a bit of work.
Yeah.
It's a whole different ball.
Another animal. Yeah. And what I was curious was actually, when you say you hit that ditch, how big of a ditch did it have to be in order to fuck you up?
Oh, not too big at all. It wasn't. It was probably wasn't even a metre deep.
Okay.
Probably half a metre.
Okay.
It was just a grass field because we were on the motocross track at first, and then we darted off into this little grass area, and then out of nowhere it popped up because all grass, it doesn't really show. You can't see too far ahead of you at the time.
Yeah.
The grass track, and then it popped out of nowhere.
Fuck. And how likely are you to get injured riding a motorbike realistically? If you're going like on the every weekend, every second weekend?
It just depends how you ride. If you ride to survive and tell yourself you're not going to come off and just don't overdo it, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Just watch out for cliffs and whatnot. Depends where you go.
Yeah.
But if you're going to ride like a headless chook, expect to get injured every now and again.
Yeah. Do you fucking try and do jumps and shit? Do you do shit like that?
I do, but I don't do jumps that are just ridiculous.
Okay.
So I try and do a little jump here and there. I like getting on the back wheel, doing some zigzags and stuff like that.
Did it change your perspective after that injury?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Did you feel immortal and now you feel mortal?
Before I felt like I had 9 lives. Now I feel like I got half a life.
Yeah, I hear. Well, that's the one thing with me. I'm very irresponsible, you know what I mean? Like it's actually a natural thing that a lot of men have, that you don't have that feeling of mortality when you're doing a lot of things. And I know if I get on a bike, I have the self-awareness that I'm going to be irresponsible as fuck, you know what I mean? Like last time I got on a bike, I broke the handles trying to hit a jump on it. I broke my mate's bike. Yeah. And that's one thing that I just never have gone into, but I want to know if you recommend it.
I mean, if it's like a hobby you want to get into, yeah, definitely. It's great fun. Never gets boring. Depends where you go. If you keep the tracks that you go to interesting, like you go to different places, it doesn't get boring. But if you go to the same shitty track all the time, it'll get boring. Okay. So you just got to explore a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, for you, I reckon you'll love it.
Yeah, I know I'll love it. That's a problem,
you'll love it.
I got too many hobbies, bro.
Yeah. So do I. That's just one of them. But yeah, I love getting out on the bike and... Yeah, because you got to think you can't do silly shit on the road these days. So you go off on the track,
unless you're in Doonside.
On the Doonside didgeridoo. Yeah. Because like when you go out riding, you just got to worry about yourself. Really, you don't have to really worry about someone cutting you off and hitting you on the road, and you don't have to worry about cops. Yeah, it's true. So you ride at your own pace.
So it's actually legal to ride on these tracks?
Some places you need a rego and a license. Yeah. Those are the better tracks actually. Okay. But there is a few that I know that you don't really need rego or a license, and yeah.
Is that because they're like privately owned, like those things?
Not privately owned, just no cops.
Oh, okay, yeah, sweet. Yeah, sweet. I went to a motorbike track one time actually with Luke Mount, where he had this Toyota Echo. Yeah. And what we did first, we went to the Erskine Park industrial area, and he just got the car, and he knew it was like a shitty car. You know, it was our first cars, and he's like, dude, I just want to thrash it. So we took it to Erskine Park, and we just fucking thrashed this thing through the industrial area. And then we found this little gap in the fence that people ride motorbikes. So we took the Echo down there, down the grass, up the ditch, and then we just thrashed this car on the motorbike tracks. Fuck, it was a great day. It was such a great day. He even let me do it as well. It was so good. But that's probably the most experience I've had on a motorbike track in a car. Yeah, for sure. All right, getting back to gym. Did you ever do any of the recovery things, like the sauna, the steam room, or you enjoy that? Yeah.
Yeah, I've done a bit of steam room and sauna even back in the day, but maybe a couple months ago, going in there with a girlfriend. Yeah. So she's got me back into that.
Oh yeah, cool.
I've been a bit slack on it lately, but yeah, I need to get back into it.
Yeah.
Good for the soul.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it's good for the soul. I've been just getting back into it now. I'm probably say 10 days into sauna again. Yeah. And I just have to keep setting myself a deeper and deeper challenge. At the moment, I think I'm up to 20 minutes, 30 seconds. So, you know, hopefully I'll get to like 45 minutes, but fuck that one. In there, yeah.
Nah, fuck that.
Nah, there is you're right. I'm no professional. I'm sure there is an unsafe amount of time to be in there, and maybe I'll take your advice when you said that. I'll look it up.
Look it up, yeah.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
After 5 minutes in the steam room, I need to get out, have a rinse.
You can do more, bro. I'm doing 20 at the moment.
I can do maybe 10 max.
Come with me, we'll push it. We'll push it, yeah. We'll push it. Yeah. You just mentioned having a missus, and that's something new. I've never known you to have a because the relationship that you're in now, it's a serious commitment relationship. You know, we're older. Things are going a bit more. What's the word I should use? Like family orientated.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you notice yourself with a different mindset now than you did when you didn't have a missus?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure. I've definitely changed my mindset. Working on building a future with her. I've never been happier and more content than what I am now. So
nice.
It's going great.
Yeah. All right, let me cut you off right there because I want to dive deep into this because every episode lately the boys have had misses and I've been enjoying talking about it.
Yeah.
Did you notice a change in your mentality before you got her or after?
I was really working on myself before I got into a relationship.
Okay.
But when I did get into a relationship, it's kind of fell into place.
Yeah.
Because of the mindset that I'm in now.
And what are some of the things that you felt like you had to work on before? And did you work on it because you wanted a relationship or you were just doing it for yourself?
I was just doing it for myself.
Cool.
And then, getting into a relationship. So she's pretty much tamed me.
Yeah.
So before I was really untamed. Now I'm a lot more.
Yeah. We had our fun. We'll say that.
We had our fun. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah, I noticed that. Every relationship I've ever get in, it's very more controlled lifestyle. You know, you're not out there making irresponsible decisions. And through being in somewhat, but through being in relationships now, I've learned how to do that on my own. You know.
Yeah.
And if I'd never been in serious commitment relationships, I would have never had that mindset. So I was saying to you, what have you noticed differently about your own mindset?
I don't know. I just got things to look forward to now. Before it's like whenever I had to wait for something to come up to enjoy life a bit. Now it's like, you know.
Oh, I understand what you're saying. To be honest, that made so much sense to me because I feel that. I feel that as a single guy, and I'm not trying to get deep and emotional on here, but there is those days where you're like, what am I doing today?
Yeah, what am I doing today?
Yeah.
I'd like to see the boys a bit more.
Yeah.
I know I've been a bit with her a lot.
Yeah.
Which is going great. But I've got to make time for the boys too.
Yeah, you do. You do. Everyone does. Everyone in a relationship does. But I tell everyone the same thing. It's like, enjoy the moments you have together at the beginning. The honeymoon period is the best part of a relationship. Oh, for sure. Everything after that is great. But it's work. It really is work. And that's when you incorporate time with the boys because you kind of need that therapy sessions between, you know, break from the missus, break from the boys, break from the missus, break from the boys.
Sure. It's just that finding that perfect balance.
Yeah, which is hard. And have you worked out like a timeline and how often you want to see the boys or how often you want to spend time with the missus, or is that things that you're going to work out?
I've still got to work on that.
Yeah, I feel that. I think in the last relationship I was in, I think I just went fucking only misses for fucking 6 months.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, you became a bit of a wombat. Yeah, you're back now.
Yeah, I'm back now. I'm trying to find time for everyone. Yeah, it's not easy. I got to be honest. Even single, it's not easy finding time for everyone. So I can have empathy for you trying to find time for everyone.
I feel like I keep our life a bit more private. I don't need to go write a paragraph about how much I love her and all this bullshit. Yeah. Cringe cunts. Like the rest of the cunts that I see on social media. It's like, bro, that's for you and her to enjoy, not fucking the whole world. No one else has to see that.
I hear. Like, fuck, I hear.
You see their snaps or their Instagram stories, like, fuck, that is cringe.
Yeah. Fuck, it's annoying.
Like, my missus knows she's loved.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh, so he's already at the stage of telling each other you love each other?
For sure.
Nice. Yeah, cool. Very cool. But I hear what you say when you say that. Fuck, I hate jumping on and seeing some bullshit thing that someone's wrote to their missus for everyone else to see. Yeah, it's like, bro, just tell her.
Just tell her. Instead of just fucking telling the world, tell your missus.
Yeah.
No one gives a fuck.
No one gives a fuck. Just fucking tell her. Send her the fucking direct message or call her.
Or just fucking get her some flowers and write it in the cart.
Yeah, see, you're on boyfriend mode, bro. You're on boyfriend mode.
I try. Somewhat.
Yeah, I love to see it. I fucking love to see it. All right. What about what are you doing for work at the moment?
So a few months ago, I started working in the scrap metal yard.
Yeah.
That's going pretty good. The hours are real long. The job's pretty interesting. You see some cool shit.
Yeah, I noticed that whenever I go to a scrapyard, there's such cool shit
it's
there.
cool when the army brings in stuff or the police.
Oh, yeah?
So
that is cool.
they lock down the site for maybe 3-4 hours at a time, and you got to crush all their stuff.
Wow, that is cool, actually.
And if you take any of it and get caught, you're looking at a federal offence.
Really?
So, yeah, you got to be very smart in what you do.
Yeah.
Just don't steal shit.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
do your
yeah.
job.
What type of shit? Like, is it like very like, is it vehicle related? What type of stuff?
It could be army vests.
Vests.
The other day, you can't steal these, but they did come into sight, some missile shells.
No way.
Yeah.
That's
that was
mad.
probably the coolest shit I've seen.
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't seen guns yet or anything like that, but people in the past have.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they're seeing the army missiles.
Yeah.
They were just shells. They weren't actually full of ammunition or anything like that. But they were pretty cool.
Dude,
I asked the boss, I was like, oh, can I take one home and stick it on my car? And he looked at me and goes, you fucking idiot or something.
Yeah. Fuck, bro. Thinking about that, I think that would be so hard not to try and steal an army vest or a gun, to be honest.
Nah, look, honestly, I'd rather not get in trouble.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So I'd rather just do my job and go home.
Yeah.
And not have to worry about anything. So
I know you're like that.
Yeah,
I'm a bit more fucking
more
irresponsible
devious.
than you, yeah. Oh, just thinking about it, it's like, fuck, bro, I want to just break into your work and steal it myself. But I know better. Yeah, I know better.
Back to work. Anyways, I've got some goals to reach in that place.
Yeah.
Obviously, at the moment, I'm just running this machine called the the shredder. But in the future, I want to be on a front loader or an excavator. Yeah. But maybe in a year's time, hopefully. Yeah. And yeah, if I get those, I'll be pretty happy. I'll be on a decent paycheck each week. Yeah. At the moment, it's not bad because I work really long hours. I'm doing 10, 11-hour days every day and a Saturday. So,
yeah, shit.
So it's saving up. Yeah. Pretty good lately, but yeah, if I get on the machines that I want, or even a grab, they got grabs that pick up the material.
Oh, they're cool.
Into the shredder. Yeah. So if I get on one of those, I'll be pretty happy as well.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Decent hourly rate.
I love it when you go into a long sentence because it gives me so much things to go back and forth on. I'll try and get through all of them that I had in mind. The first one would be, have you ever driven an excavator or a grab or anything like that before?
Yeah, I've driven an excavator, but not a grab. I was pretty shit on the excavator. It took me a few goes to actually pick up a bucket of dirt and move it. This is back in the day when I used to work with my uncle. Yeah. They were fun times too. Yeah. With my wild uncle.
Yeah. I drove excavators for a little bit with Thomas Camilleri.
They're good fun, yeah.
Yeah.
They're not easy to pick up straight away, but after a while.
Yeah, it doesn't take too long to be honest.
Anything really.
Yeah, it doesn't take too long. But I did find that it's actually a tiring job, bro. It sounds like an easy job sitting in the air-conditioned excavator or grabber or digger, whatever you're using. But it's a lot of jolting for your body, and I found myself tired every day, every single day.
Yeah, it puts a lot of strain on your back too.
Yeah. Second thing you mentioned was you're able to earn a lot more extra money because you're working so many extra hours now. And I'm curious as to what do you plan on doing with the money you're earning?
I'd like to say buy a house. Yeah. I'd like to do that before 30. Yeah. But I'm still addicted to buying toys and stuff like that. I'd like to buy a jet ski. Oh, yeah? At the start of probably in March this year, I went on a mate's jet ski and it was a supercharged stage 2. Mm-hmm. Mental thing. Yeah. Great fun. Yeah. I feel like I'd have a lot of fun with the missus on the back. Yeah. Obviously, I wouldn't overdo it because you hit something too hard, you're going to kill one another. So you definitely got to take it easy. But I feel like if you buy a slow one, you got more of a chance of hurting yourself because you don't know when to back off. With a fast one, you start reaching a certain speed before you hit a wave and you're like, fuck, if I don't stop now, I'm going to come off and die. So you back off. Oh, yeah. With your instincts. But with a slower one, I feel like they're more dangerous because you just keep going. You don't know when to back off because you feel like you're not moving, but you actually are. Okay. And then you hit a wave at a decent speed, hit it wrong, and then you come off. There's actually one guy at Elite that's paralysed because of a jet ski accident. Oh, is that bloke? Yeah. From back in the day? From back in the day, yeah. Wow. That's what happened to him. He was on a jet ski. Shit. And, yeah, he obviously hit something and paralysed him. So you've got to really think about when you get on one of those how much damage it can actually do because you think, well, it's just water. You come off a jet ski at speed, when you hit the water, it's like hitting the ground. Fuck. Alright, well, fuck. First off, that bloke from Elite Fitness, he's a machine, eh? Yeah, someone who isn't able to use his legs, he is super fit, Super built
fit,
too.
super built. Yeah, he's big shoulders, arms, chest. He's got abs. He's got everything.
Yeah.
He just spends how long at a time on that fucking machine, bro?
Maybe an hour.
Oh, at least.
Whoa.
At least
Yeah.
for the whole time we'd be training a hour and a half session. At least he'd be on that machine, pumping it. And then he wheels himself out, gets into his car, and he has a big ute that he controls with his fingers on the steering wheel. No need for accelerator pedals and things like that. But yeah, that guy is a motivating human. That
for
bloke.
sure.
Yeah.
No, respect to him.
Fuck yeah, respect to that guy.
Yeah.
And second thing, I've never driven a jet ski ever, and I don't even know how fast. So how fast are you talking these things go?
Well, I think a slow one would do probably 60, 70 kilometers, maybe a little bit more.
Fuck.
And then a fast one, you're hitting high in the mid hundreds. So 100, you'd probably see one that'll hit 150 kilometers. And that's wild being on the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't think, but you come off at that speed, you'd probably die.
Really?
Yeah, it's probably the max my mates would do, maybe 120. But how quick it gets there's the parts that gets me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You're hitting 100 in like 2 seconds.
Really?
Yeah, this thing was off its head.
Fuck. So faster than any car or anything like that.
Oh.
Like faster acceleration speed.
Yes and no. It's hard to put a ski next to the car because they're two different things.
Yeah.
So maybe not 102 seconds, maybe 4 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Probably as quick as a really fast car, I'd say.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how fast do you reckon you'd have to go to fucking hurt yourself on the water on a jet ski?
It wouldn't be that much. Probably over 50 kilometers you can hurt yourself. Yeah, for sure.
Fuck, I would never imagine that because 50 feels like so slow in the car.
It does, but yeah, you'd probably hurt yourself coming off at 50, I reckon.
Yeah. Unlike a bike where you can pretty much hurt yourself at anything.
Oh,
you know what I mean? You just fall off it sideways, you can fucking break your elbow or some shit. The jet ski, that sounds like a bit more of a safer sport, but you reckon nah?
Nah, it's not safer than bike riding.
Really, it's more dangerous?
It's just as dangerous.
Okay.
They're on par with each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to be smart when you go out in the waters.
Yeah.
Not just that, if you go too far out and you come off, you're eaten by a shark.
Yeah. Yeah. That reminds me of a funny story, actually. I know this bloke, his name's Ryan. He's a fisherman down at Currong, where we spend a lot of time, especially my old man, he's a fisherman down there. And this Ryan bloke, he's just different than any other human that you've ever heard stories about, you know? I'm pretty sure his parents were really, really rich. Yeah. And he's just like, fuck it, I don't want the money, I don't give a fuck, you know, I just want to live my life as a beach bum. And he has this shitty little tinny, and he'll go out like so fucking far out there, catch sharks and shit, drag them all the way back into shore and sell the shark to the local shop, and then that'll be his money for the 2 weeks, whatever. Anyway, he just goes out deep into the ocean, and in relation to how crazy he is, he once went fishing with another bloke that my dad's mates with. And the guy started to complain, oh, come on, man, let's go back. We haven't caught anything. It's been 10 hours or something. And he's like, we're not going back. He's like, come on, man, let's go back. So he gets his jerry can out, pours it all over the motor, sets it on fire. And he's like, we're stuck here now. Forced him to be out in the ocean. Another time, the bloke he goes multiple times he's been out at sea. Like, as you mentioned, you go too far out in the jet ski and you're kind of lost out there, you know?
Yeah.
He's been lost out at sea and been found by a fishing trailer 500 kilometers out from shore.
This guy's got to set balls on him.
Yeah, bro. And these fishing trailers and shit, like, oh, fuck, there's Ryan. So they'll fucking scoop him back up with the nets or whatever they do. I don't even know how they catch him. But anyway, so sorry to go off topic a little bit. Yeah. But you were mentioning you want to save up to buy a house, but you have other toys and stuff you want to buy.
Yeah, look, I'll probably be smart this time with how much money I spend on certain things. I'd like to get a ski. If I put enough money away on the side, maybe I'll get one. Dad doesn't want me to get one.
Okay.
Buy a house.
Yeah.
I'd like to do that. That'd be the first thing I want to get. But yeah, definitely next toy would be a ski.
Yeah.
I'd say I'd like to do the SS up a little bit more, but even that's a money pit in itself.
Yeah, I did.
Fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, too much money.
I did want to talk to you about the SS. I did want to talk to you about that. So let's say, what car do you have? We'll talk about it. It's SS.
It's just a VYSS with a big cam.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty quick for what it is.
Oh, dude, it's the fastest car I've been in the passenger seat.
I've been in quick.
Yeah.
It's definitely quick, but I've honestly been in cars that blow my car away.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Fuck.
But yeah, for what it is, it's pretty fun. Rips a decent skid.
Yeah.
Get a lot of smoke out of it. Around that time we did a skid.
Yeah.
Vista. Yeah. That was some good fun.
That was with my old ute, eh?
Yeah.
That was a good ute, that little car. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about
more recent.
No, more recent.
Yeah.
Big skid.
Oh, yeah.
You had your phone out the window.
Yeah. Yeah,
that was good fun.
It is a good G up. But yeah, you do love your toys, bro. You spend some good money on bikes and fucking cars and shit. How much money do you reckon you've dumped into your car?
It's actually not overly too much, but yeah, probably into the car after I bought it, I've probably dropped 10k into it.
Yeah, 10k.
It's not ridiculous,
but still, like for someone like me,
it's dead money.
For someone who doesn't even own a car, like, because I've always had a work car, I think of spending 10k on a car, I'm like, fuck off, that's so much money, and that's just extra.
That's 10k on one car, probably another 7 or 8 on the other one.
Yeah.
Maybe a few grand on the bike too.
Yeah, so your hobbies are expensive.
Yeah, they are expensive, but I try and budget how much I spend. It also comes down to how often you break parts as well. That's where you end up coughing out money. But, if you're now a bit more responsible in how I drive my cars and how I ride my bike, so I'm doing less wear and tear on it.
Yeah. So that's what it mostly comes down to, just like basically bashing the tits off of me.
But the first couple of years of owning that SS, it was every few months I was on a tow truck because I was just a headless chook with it. But now I hasn't seen a tow truck for a while, so if there's anything wrong with it, either I fix it, or if I can't fix it, straight to the mechanic. And yeah.
Yeah, I hear. So you're saying you want to save up for a house, but is that your main goal, or not yet? Not yet.
We'll have to see how we go in the future, but yeah, it's definitely on the to-do list. Yeah, before 30.
It is on my to-do list. I got to be honest with you. To be honest, back in episode 1, no, it was not. No. Back when I filmed episode 1, 2, 3, I think I mentioned a house a few times, and it just wasn't something I was really interested in.
I just can't justify how much a house is.
That's the biggest problem with it, bro.
A house, a deposit's just a ridiculous amount.
Right,
what a house is worth. Yeah.
Imagine how much fun I can have with that much money just with a deposit.
Hey, if I didn't have to buy a house, I'd buy some silly toys.
Yeah.
I'd rack up some fines with them. But, a bit more tame now, like I said earlier.
Yeah. So. Have you paid much money in fines in the past? Because I've paid some fucking.
You can go first. How much you spend?
Dude. There was 1 year when I was really irresponsible. Like back when I was probably 19. In just insurance claims, actually, that year, I think I paid 15 grand.
Yeah, you've topped me.
Yeah.
So I started getting fines from when I got my license at 17, and I'm 25 now. I've probably racked up close to maybe 7-8 grand in fine, maybe even 10.
Yeah, I think my fines are probably the same.
So I've got my little brother, hasn't even got one fine. I don't think he's ever got a fine, and it's me that's racked up like I said, a good 7-8 grand in fines.
Yeah, you've set a example for him, but which is good.
For sure.
Yeah.
He's learnt lesson. He hasn't had to go through the lessons. He's just learnt his lesson from me. I'm not going to be like this idiot.
Yeah, I've noticed the same thing with my brother as well. Yeah. I've definitely made my mistakes in the past that my siblings are able to look at and be like, well, let's stay away from going anywhere near that department. You know what I mean?
But for young kids nowadays, I think you just got to be responsible. If you decide to go on a bender, don't get behind the wheel and drive.
Yeah, hard. That's the number one thing. That's the number one thing. Yeah. Like, I'm all for benders, to be honest with you. Like, I'm sober myself now for almost 3 months or something. And to be honest, speaking of, I don't plan on ever drinking again, even drugs or anything.
That's pretty good.
I'm not saying I won't.
Yeah.
Like, when 1 year comes around, when my deadline's up, I might. I still have those fucking urges every now and then to crack open a fucking glass of whiskey and can't lie, maybe have a couple of prescriptions and I
can say my benders are past. They're in the past now. They're long gone. Yeah, I feel like.
Yeah,
I'm at a different stage of life now to go out and on bender and get too messy.
Yeah, but didn't it make us who we are? But at the same time,
100%.
Like I'll never. We're at an age now where it's stupid. Yeah,
if you're still bendering now, I'd probably be telling you to pull your head in and.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you know.
I got mates like that. I don't want to go into detail on it because in case he is listening, but it's like I have to have a real serious talk with him soon because it's getting out of hand. But when you're younger, I see the fun in it, bro. I see the benefits. I see you got to learn your lessons, you know.
100%. You got to learn lessons yourself.
They're there to be learnt.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I feel ya. And bro, speaking of, as you said, don't get behind the wheel and drive. That's the number one thing. There was a stage where especially prescription drugs went through all of the areas around here like crazy. And there was crashes all the time, bro. Yeah. All the time. We know of people who have been in life-changing situations due to fucking driving under the influence. And a lot of people get lucky. Say less, Doxy, say less. No comment?
No comment, bro.
But at the same time, we do know of people who have just... It changes lives. People die. People get permanently injured. So it's a good thing to talk about, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
It's the number one thing do not do. Get behind the wheel.
I feel like if you can educate people in certain ways, do it. Tell people your stories and how it impacted you.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure, and
then at the end of the day, it's up to them whether they want to take it in or be a rowdy cunt and do the same shit.
No, it boils my blood, bro. There's been situations in the past where ever since then, it's like I can't stand for it. I can't stand for it. It's my number one thing. But I think that driving in general is a sketchy thing to do.
Oh, definitely. Even when you're sober.
Bro, I see every time I'm driving the car, I think about the fact that I'm going 100 kilometers an hour.
Try doing 180.
Yeah, I've done 180. That's as fast as I've gone. I haven't done 100. I haven't gone past that.
What about that time we went to Melbourne and I think you drove 6 hours and then I did the last 3.
Yeah.
And then I got...
No, I think you only drove the last hour and a bit.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But I didn't want you to drive. That's the problem. I'm thinking, fuck you, I want to drive. Yeah. And you're like, and you convinced me and you're like, just fucking let me drive. I said, fine, good.
And then went through the speed camera. It was only 10 over. But what ended up happening there?
Oh, you want to hear the story? Yeah. I'll tell the story. So at a previous employment I was at, I had a work vehicle and I never had the mindset I have now where it's not my car. Every work car, I've always had a obnoxious feeling of like it's my vehicle, even though it's not my vehicle. So now I understand. I ask permission to do things in the car. But back then, I didn't even think about that, to be honest. And I finished work at probably 6, 7 o'clock at night that night. Came and picked you up. We had a festival to go to. So I drove straight to Melbourne.
Going back to that a little bit. Yeah. I think you rang me 2 days before.
No, I seen you the day before. I seen you at Etta. I just got back from Queensland.
Yeah.
That day.
Well, we're having a beer and you're like, oh, guess what? We're going to Melbourne in 2 days. Fuck, here we go. We didn't even have tickets.
Yeah.
Sahil and our other mate, they flew down. And you're like, fuck it, we're going to Melbourne. So quickly raced around, got a couple of tickets and drove. Didn't even have time to get flights. Lucky some boys had that hotel down there.
Yeah, very lucky.
That was a wild trip. Yeah. I had a great time.
That was a great trip. But yeah, as we were saying, I drove the whole way, got to probably 1 o'clock in the morning. It was very late by that stage. And you're convincing me, bro, you shouldn't be driving for this long. You shouldn't be driving for this long.
Yeah, you started to look tired. I was like, bro, I don't want you to kill us. Barely any sleep either.
So I said, all right, fine. You drive. But then we both didn't know that there was no speed camera signs in Melbourne. Yeah. There's none. So you're just doing 110 in a 100 zone. Or to be honest, it was probably like 150, 120 and 110 zone or whatever it was.
Something like that, yeah.
And then we just see this.
Yeah, we saw the flash. And then when we got to Melbourne, we looked it up, and then we noticed that there was a speed camera there.
That's all right.
What did I say to you? Let's drive back there and let the cunt down.
Yeah, we were actually sitting in the car park contemplating it for hours.
Oh my god, you had a
extension ladder as well. Extension ladder, yeah.
Smash it out. By the time I already probably hit the register by the time we went and did that, so we would have been in more trouble. Yeah, it was a stupid thought. Back then we were a bit backwards.
Yeah, we were close to it too. We were fucking burning because what ended up happening is like my boss ended up finding out I was in Melbourne.
Yeah,
and then there was the issues with the fines transferring and all this shit. The fine and
I never had to pay that fine. You had to pay $3,000. Suck shit to him as well. Yeah. They took my license the first time. I was like, yeah, it was 10 over. Mind you, I had like 4 points because the week before I got done in the SS doing 40 over.
Oh, okay.
Didn't lose my license for that. Fuck, I'm on
40 over. Very lucky.
39 to be exact.
Very lucky.
Through the tunnel at Northwest. Gave it a bit of a punch. Had a cop sitting there. I was only in third gear. Didn't think I was doing that much. But by the time he pulled me over, pulled out the gun, it was 39. Fuck.
Yeah.
So by the time we got to Melbourne, and I knew I was struggling for points. I was like, fuck, I need to get out of this. Yeah. And I did.
Yeah, fuck. It's a miracle. It's a miracle.
It was a miracle, but I think the company ended up having to pay $3,000 for that.
I think the company did too. It was like, They just didn't have the option to transfer the thing or whatever. There was some issue with it.
Because it came back a year later as well.
Came back
2 years later.
Yeah.
And then
it was just overdue straight away.
Overdue, and then couldn't even transfer it to anyone.
They ended up getting the rego cancelled on the car too. They did. The rego got cancelled, so it was a silly situation. Nowadays, I know, which I do drive to Victoria a lot. I ask the company permission and things like that.
Yeah, and
for anyone who had to work,
you got to understand when you go to Victoria that there's no signs whatsoever for speed cameras.
Yeah,
and just to stick your speed limits unless you know the places.
But like, to be honest, bro, we weren't even speeding. What's 120 and 110? Straight up. It's nothing.
If we were in my car, fuck, I would be in some serious trouble.
Oh, and you know what? I lost my license on the way home.
Oh, yeah, you did too. What'd you get done for? It was like 118 and 110.
Nah, because I was on my P's, greens,
You're on your P's,
which I was on for fucking like 5 years.
Yeah.
They ended up doing me at 115 and 110 zone. And I didn't even think about the fact that I was only allowed to do 100. I've been driving for fucking, at that point, 6 years.
You should have been on your fulls, but before that, you lost your license too.
Yeah, a few times.
I lost it. Fulls now, don't
I finally got my fulls now.
Well, congrats, brother.
Thank you.
That's a long time in the making.
I know. I had Jay on, and we were talking about the fact that he hasn't had a license. He's had his L's for like 7 years or 8 years, and I said to him, bro, I probably haven't been able to drive it as long as you have. Yeah. But yeah, I lost my license before that, doing the same as you, 39. I was driving home from work at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning on the M7. Just fucking doing my own speed. I'm the only cunt on the road. Some piece of shit fucking pulled me up. Wouldn't fucking let me go. Like, just had to fucking do me. So I had to fucking eat that. And then
coming back from Melbourne,
115, 110 zone. Too. I had a P plate. That's why they pulled me up, because I had P plates. I was trying to do the right fucking thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, he did me for 15 over. Lost my fucking license because I'm on my P's.
You didn't lose it on the spot though. You're lucky.
Not on the spot.
Do you remember when we stopped for fuel? What I did? I lost the fuel cap.
Yeah.
I was still bumped from the festival.
That's right.
And then you get back to your area. The next time you had to fill it up. You're like, oh, fuck, this dumb cunt lost the fuel cap.
Yeah, that was a great weekend, bud. That was a great weekend. I had fun. I really enjoy going to festivals with you.
Do you remember when Sahil got strip searched because he looked like a drug dealer?
Yeah. Speaking of, fucking, we had an idea from someone in the group that when we take those photos that I mentioned in, I wonder if they know if you squirted acid droplets all over it, like an acid tab, and then he could be sitting in his cell fucking licking his photo, tripping out. I wonder if they know.
I don't know.
Not saying I'm going to do that. Though, not saying I'm going to do that.
Nah, definitely not. But like,
that's a funny idea, right? Yeah. Like, no comment.
How would you know? How would he know to do it though?
Tell him maybe.
Over the phone? Just...
Nah.
I don't know.
I don't want to out myself.
Yeah, we can't tell you our IDs.
Yeah, because we know they're listening. But yeah, they're red hot on that guy, bro. They're so red hot. They were so aggressive towards us every time. Even for years hanging out with him, they were aggressive to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a matter of time. Few things that happened over the years.
It was a matter of time, wasn't it? Which I understand. You know what I mean? He understands. We all understand. It was going to happen.
Yeah.
And if it didn't happen, and I do want to talk to him about this in length when he does eventually come on, he had to learn the hard way.
Yeah, exactly.
And he knows that.
But at the same time, he's going to grow. When he gets out, he's got another whole life to live. So it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
It's just a big learning curve.
It's a lengthy learning curve.
He took the hit for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And they can either learn from him or go and do the same dumb shit.
It's definitely a wake up call to a lot of the boys, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they're watching.
But props to him. He's a great dude.
Yeah.
I love him to death.
He's the best. Though.
He's the best.
He's the best.
So
Shout out
when
to
he gets out, we'll go for a bit of a party. We'll have a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Obviously not overdo it. But
yeah. I'll be sipping the waters, but
we definitely got to throw him some sort of party.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so but we went past work a little bit quicker than I wanted to. I'll circle back towards work. Working in a scrapyard, I know that you've recently had a fucking bad injury, you know what I mean? Speaking of injuries, we've been talking about that a bit, but tell us the story of what happened.
So this one, it could have been worse than what actually happened. So think of a machine that's run by conveyor belts that just moves a whole bunch of material through.
Mm-hmm. And, how big is this machine, like, roughly?
It's
in reference to this bedroom.
So think of a machine ran all by conveyor belts, probably 50 metres wide by maybe 3 stories high. Maybe 4 stories high.
Big.
So, yeah.
Wow.
And so you got bunch of metal run through it before it hits the shredder, and then the shredder shreds it all up into small pieces.
Okay.
But think of bars, you know, bars that you go to the gym and the long
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like the 20 kilo bench bars.
Yeah.
So something similar to that went in, and it got stuck. The machine didn't shred it down; it just went straight through. And I went to. So me and the guy that I work with were hitting it with sledges to get it out. So obviously the machine was stopped because it was causing a bit of a jam up. So we're hitting it with sledges, having turns, getting puffed out. Like, oh, fuck this. We need to get the machine unjammed.
And does it happen often? Like you have to hit single sledges or not?
Not too often.
Okay.
Not too often at all. Most of the time that everything just goes through. This time obviously got stuck and a whole bunch of material got stuck, just metal. Yeah. And we're hitting it with sledges, and then we noticed that it wasn't working, but by the time we've hit it with sledges, it was under load, so we got a grinder, and I was like, oh, I'll do it. So, I was cutting it in half. Yeah. I'm looking at my workmate. His name's Ling. Yeah. Not his actual name, but that's his nickname. We call him Ling Ling. Yeah. He's got the same name as the boss, so we had to come up with a nickname. Ling Ling. That was his nickname back in the day. Yeah. But I decided to take the wheel and cut it in half with a grinder. Yeah. And I didn't realise it was under load. Okay. I didn't think about that. I was just like, fuck it, unjam it, get it done. So I cut it in half, and as it's cut in half and fell, it's flung back and taken out both my legs. Hit both quads, and fuck, it was some serious pain. For a good few days, I couldn't walk. So I took 2 days off work, and then I got my clearance. But if it was any lower, I would have shattered both my knees. I would have been in some serious trouble. Fuck yeah. So I praise the Lord that it hit me where it did in the quads, because if it was in the knees, I would have been in some serious trouble. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was a decent whack. I went down. Fuck. Yeah, I screamed out, fuck. And then my supervisor came in to where we were, and he's like, oh shit, do we need to call an ambulance? Is he knocked out? Because they thought I was knocked out. Yeah. So I went down, my eyes were closed, and I was just trying to hold in the pain, just deal with it. And he goes, oh, do we need to call an ambulance? Fuck. And I was like, no, I'm awake. It just hit me in the legs. He's like, can you walk? It's like, oh, we'll soon find out. Yeah. And yeah, I had to limp it back to the medical room and then go to the doctors after that. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. If you're going to cut something in half, make sure it's not under load and you're not next to it. Yeah. Because some things hurt, eh? Oh, dude, you're so lucky they didn't hit your knees. Because I've seen the bruises on your quads when you had it. Like, that was a good hit. Yeah, they suck. Good hit. So, fuck, you're very, very lucky you didn't destroy your knees. How often does an injury like that happen? Has there been any, like, serious ones at your work? Realistically, it's all different injuries. Someone's got to be the test dummy for that injury, and then for people not to repeat it. Yeah. One of the guys that I work with had a bar go through his hand. Oh, yeah. Machine, and it split bit of his palm in between his thumb and his index finger, so it went right through it, just a thin bar. And he showed me pictures. Like, and the funny thing about my work, people normally get injured around the Christmas time. So one every year someone gets injured. So I took one for the team this year. Got fucking smacked. Yeah. Because if it hit the other bloke, he's a bit thinner than me, and he's had a previous knee injury. So if he took the hit, you know, possibly could have put him out of work. Yeah, so you're the sacrifice. I was the sacrifice. I was the test dummy. Yeah. Yeah. So I said, here you go, mate. I'll take this one. Fuck yeah, I've had my fucking fair share of work injuries. That's for fucking damn sure, bro. That's for damn sure. I was thinking about the other day. I've been kind of lucky in regards. Some people at work, fuck. I had a boss one time that was working in the IGA. And it might have even been a Woolies that he was working in, and he told me he was walking above the false ceiling, holding on to brackets. He had to get from one side to the other to collect the tool that someone left there, and he slipped off. He'd front flipped. He'd gone through the false ceiling, and he landed in the middle of the fucking supermarket on his back. Just fucked him up in front of all sorts of people. Jesus. Fuck me. For me, I haven't had anything that bad, but I've had massive falls. I've had an extension ladder one time. This is one of the scariest things that ever happened. I think the extension ladder was extended like 10 meters. So it was maybe even higher, to be honest. It was a very tall cool room. Anyway, I'm up there working on the third last step on top of the cool room, just testing out why something isn't working. And the ladder had fucking slipped out from underneath me, and I'm holding on like from my biceps, and like just as if I'm just chilling on top of the cool room, and I'm just calming myself down, breathing. Everyone on the floor is going fuck, and I'm just chilling up there, bro, just holding my fucking strength. And I'm just calmly being like,
Do you mind putting the ladder back for me? Thank you. As soon as they put it back up, I took one step on the ladder. I've never been able to be comfortable on a ladder since then. Yeah. I'm just fucking shaking, bro. Like I've got fucking hypothermia.
I don't know if this is going to incriminate you or not.
Yeah.
But do you remember that time you called me up and you're like, oh, I've had a bit of a fucking mishap on Xiberous Drive.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Think about the... Alright, if I'm going to be honest with you, I've lost at least 3 or 4 ladders off my roof. The one time you're referencing, I went over the hill on Xiberous Drive and then I just heard something and I just looked up just in time to see the ladder go off the roof. I'm like, fuck. So I pull over when I can. I run back to this ladder, 50, 100 meters over the hill. And it's just a zigzag twisty by that stage, bro. It's
what else did you say? Did you see some bumper parts with it?
Bumpers. There was rims. There was fucking headlights.
What do you really do in that situation? Do you go and pick it up and get hit by a car and fly?
I'll tell you what I did do. I went, not my problem. I fucking ran back. I got out of there.
What do you really do? Like, I feel sorry for those people that would have crashed into your ladder and gone,
yeah.
Fuck, this fucking idiot.
Yeah, but no one stopped. If people had stopped, different story.
Yeah, but you seen a bumper in the middle of the road. Yeah. Fuck's sake. It's like, what are you doing in that situation? Yep, I'll pay for that. Like fucking 10 grand later. Fuck, man.
I know. And it's like, if of course someone stopped, I'm accountable. But no one stopped. Everyone just drove with fucking missing parts, bro. It was crazy. The other time, actually, I drove from the workshop I drove from a job. I don't remember where. Somewhere beaches to Bankstown. And I getting back there, and then my coworker said to me, "Where's your ladder?" And just by coincidence, he just happened to be above my truck, looking down on it. And I'm like, "Shut the fuck up! Get in the car. We're going for a drive." Because I remember finishing the job, putting it on top of the roof, and I had to quickly run back inside to remove something out of the customer's way. And I left it hanging off the back extra far, a meter, so I would remember to tie it up. Didn't remember to tie it up. Anyway, we do the hour drive there. We turn around, we do the hour drive back, across the motorway. No ladder. There was no ladder inside. Any of the roads I've driven on. Anyway, we finish the day. I have to go buy another ladder, fucking all this shit. And then that night, my coworker told me on Monday that night he went to a hotel party and one of the boys was late by like 2 hours, 3 hours. And then when he finally comes, I said, "Dude, what the fuck? Where have you been?" And he goes, "Bro, I was driving on the M5 and some cunt in front of me had to slam on his brakes because a ladder had fallen off someone's car and he ran up the back of him." And I'm like, "Oh my God, that was my ladder." Luckily, my mate didn't say anything to the guy, but it was my ladder.
You got yourself into some cook situations. What about that time we were sitting at the bottom of side street at Woolies?
Yeah.
And you decided to order Uber Eats from Pizza Hut, and we're just at the bottom of the road. Like it was a 20-meter walk, if that.
Oh God! Why you outing me, bro? Why you outing me on the podcast? Straight up, I knew you were gonna have stories like this. I straight up knew you would. To be honest, I have no explanation for that. I was probably so fucking retarded back then. I know that's not the right word to use, but I was so retarded.
It was literally one street away. You just had to drive around the block. Just
I didn't even have to drive around. I could have just walked.
Yeah, no, the people were delivering the food. The pizza. Yeah. But
he picked up the pizza. He drove around Woolies, and then he came back to 15 meters away on the other side of the road, grabbing my pizza. I just remember thinking like, "Fuck, I don't want to walk that far."
Surely that was a piss take. Like.
Yeah, to be honest, it probably was a bit of a piss take. It was a bit of a piss take, but fuck, as if I was gonna walk 15 minutes to get a pizza. I'll pay the fucking Uber. The guy was so shocked, eh?
Yeah, he's just
the guy's just looking at it like, "Bro, are you serious, bro? Are you fucking serious? You probably earned like $1."
He's probably thinking, "What the fuck's wrong with this dude? Like, why wouldn't you just walk up?"
Yeah.
Oh man, I've never laughed so hard.
Oh my God. We had a lot of fucking funny stories back then, bro, did. Honestly.
Like we said, we're going to keep it PG.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've had a lot of wild adventures.
Oh, fuck. If we were going to go in on this podcast, I could tell a million stories of the stupid shit we've done. I could tell a million of them. But as we said, we're trying to keep it PG. And to be honest, I'm enjoying the fact that we're a bit older because all my mates around me, they're able to help me get a better mindset because I'm one of the slowest people to evolve.
No, I wouldn't say that.
I
Nah. Well, I look back at all the times that we have and I go, I don't regret any of it. Obviously, I'd do things differently, but no regrets.
Yeah,
it tells a story.
Yeah, of course, of course.
It was good character building. All the shit that we did and went through.
Yeah,
but I can look back at a lot of things and really laugh.
Yeah,
and if you can't look back at your old self and don't cringe, then have you really moved forward?
That's such a great That's such a great quote, bro. It's such a great quote. You said that to me a fucking long time ago, and I've never forgot that. Eh?
Yeah, that's a good one.
If you can't look back at yourself and cringe, have you really grown?
Yeah.
I feel that. I fucking feel that. But yeah, even my little brother, he'll say to me things like, when your mates come over, you just have the most funny stories. And my brother, he's great at exaggerating stories. He'll be like, one bloke will come over and we'll be talking and he'll say, yeah, I just killed someone this weekend. You know what I mean? And it's like, dude, they're not like that. My mates aren't like that. Okay. And like, he's used to that for the last few years. And then on New Year's, I had a few of the boys come over. And he's so excited to hear the stories and shit. And we spent the whole time talking about weddings, mortgages, savings.
He's killed the poor dude.
He's just like, fuck off. Yeah. You know, I've been so excited. Yeah.
I remember that other barbecue you did in October.
Yeah.
We talked about some times as well.
Yeah,
they were really fun and intriguing.
Yeah,
and your brother got a bit of a kick out of that.
Yeah. He likes hearing the stories. I got to tell him, you know, you gotta be silly, but you got to understand the consequences if you're taking things too far, which is
go out, have fun, make some memories, because at the end of the day, that's what we did.
Yeah,
make some memories, obviously learn from it if it's a bit stupid and far-fetched.
Yeah
but at the end of the day, we had to learn somehow.
Yeah, and I genuinely believe no matter how much fun I've had in the past, the next, like say in the last 5 years, the next 5 years are going to be filled with just as amazing memories. They're just going to be different. More beneficial stuff. Our hobbies have changed since then.
Yeah, like going out partying, getting loose.
Yeah.
I would say it's out of the picture now.
It's out of the picture,
but for me, definitely.
But I can't lie. Even though I'm enjoying being sober and I'm enjoying all of this fitness new lifestyle I'm trying to grab a hold of and take as my future, part of me misses it. Yeah, you know what I mean? Do you feel that?
A little bit, but I wouldn't go and repeat it.
Yeah, I wouldn't repeat it. I'm not going to repeat it. But part of me just like still has that habit built into me that's like, I'm bored, like, or what do I do Friday? Like, it's not what I want to do, but part of me is just like, it's craving it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Which is why it's exciting for the next 5 years, because we're going to have bucks parties. We're going to have weddings.
So we got other things to look forward to. Yeah. But what I said to your brother, I said, go out, have a good time with your mates, make memories, do some loose shit. Yeah. Not too loose.
Yeah. But go to the city and throw fucking as much shit off the bridge as you can.
We'll chuck that bike off the bridge. One of those e-bikes, you tap your card and you go.
You just launch it off the bridge. Yeah.
Obviously, he can learn from some of our mistakes. But I said to him, being locked up in your room doing nothing, when you're our age, you're not going to have any stories to tell. And since then, he's gone out and had a bit of fun, like, you know. Yeah. Obviously, he hasn't gotten himself into any trouble like what we did, but which good on him. Yeah. But at least he's going to have stories to tell when he's our age or even older, you know.
Yeah. Like for sure. Yeah. For sure. But at the same time, it's not necessary to do the party intoxicated and, as I said, PG podcast, but irresponsible lifestyle.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it doesn't really, it creates who we are because we've been through it, but it won't create everyone.
This generation is a bit different.
This generation is different.
It's changing.
Yeah. So, and I feel like there's a big change in the way social media is portraying beneficial lifestyles. I've noticed that in the last 12 months. Maybe it's just because it's what my feed's showing me, but I feel like there's a lot more motivational shit than there has ever been in the past. You know, people talking about actually knuckling down, getting skill sets, professions, getting careers, healthier ways to be in relationships. But for the past 5 years, we've grown up in an era where it's like OnlyFans, fucking, you know what I mean? We've gone through all these, and that's just one example of things that we've had to almost account to be like normal. Yeah. And I feel like the tides are turning, which is what I'm happy about.
Going back to that subject, I've never subscribed to an OnlyFans. I've just never seen the point of giving some bitch the attention and some money. Like,
yeah, I know.
Fuck are you?
To be honest, I was thinking about this today when I was driving. When I was driving to pick you up, for some reason I had the same thought, and I realized I've never paid for an OnlyFans either, but I do know people that have, and I've seen it.
Yeah, but the thing is,
I've seen the people's content. I just haven't paid for it myself.
You can go and screen record it and like, it's the messed up thing about it. Oh, no one's going to be able to see it unless they pay for it. Nah, everyone's got a phone, you know?
Yeah. And a lot of the boys know you can just look up Reddit. Hit cheat codes to fucking OnlyFans. I don't go on Reddit. I don't.
Neither. I used to, but like a few years ago, I was looking at some of the shit in Reddit.
Yeah.
And like,
I love Reddit, but fuck, it's a great platform.
Some of the shit, and it's just like, this is fucked. Do we actually live in this world?
Yeah.
It's just as bad as Live Leak. Remember Live Leak? They took that down now. That was some messed up shit. I remember back in school and watching videos from Live Leak.
Oh, what about Gore Grish? Did you ever use Gore Grish?
Nah, I've never heard of that.
That is just like the most gory videos.
Nah, I'm not into Gore, but Live Leak, you just get a whole heap of random shit you look at and you go, fucking, what sort of world do we live in?
Yeah, I haven't even seen Live Leak. I might have to look it up just so I know.
They're taking it down now, so you can't even look at the stuff.
Yeah.
Thank God you don't want young people looking at that shit.
Okay. So it was like porn-related shit.
Not even. No, there was everything on it. Everything messed up you can think of.
Okay.
That'd be on Live Leak.
Well, that was like Gore Grish. Gore Grish was a website that was like
shootings, whatever.
There was fucking beheadings. There was
shit
fucking
you want to see. You know?
Shit that I wish I'd never seen.
Exactly. You can't go once you see something. You can't
unsee it. Yeah. To be honest, I get sent videos sometimes, and like I know the type of people who have sent them to me not to watch the video. You know what I mean? I can't handle that shit. Like, and I was also thinking about this the other day. The power of the internet is so crazy that when a fucked up video happens, especially here in Australia, everyone has seen it before the fucking news has seen it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like there was shit like the fucking Easter show stabbing, and you know what I mean? Like lots of fucked up shame. But like that just spreads like wildfire. And it's like there was another one that I seen in Melbourne where a bloke got into an altercation with these other people, and he was a father of two, and he was advancing with his group towards these other people, and other people are backing up, but they had knives. So who knows who started the fight?
That was in Queensland, that one.
Oh, was that in Queensland? Okay. And he stabbed him in the neck. He died straight away. I did not need to see that. You know what I mean? I
would rather not see it. Like hear it on the news, whatever, but like seeing it, it's a whole different.
And the news isn't even going to show the video. No. They're not going to show the fucking full
people
thing.
Are on Snapchat and.
But
it spreads quick.
Fuck, everyone's seen that, you know what I mean? Like before the news. It's a shame that we live in that kind of world where
it's disgusting.
But people are so interested in the bad shit. Yeah. And it's not just that, it's people interested in drama, people interested in. I heard a quote by this bloke called Patrick David, I think his name is. Yeah, he's got the PDP podcast. PDB, sorry, I'll put a link in the description. Patrick David Bett. He's one of the greatest podcast hosts I've ever listened to. And he said that his dad had a quote that people love to see someone fall. People love it. People get a rile out of it on the internet. Like, like for example, the Liver King. You know, he's gone through this massive, that's who he was talking to, I think, at the time. He's gone through this massive controversy. Everyone's like sucked in. Everyone's caught you lying. Same thing's happened to a million people in the past. But what people love more than that is redemption stories, where people actually push past that and they're able to succeed further.
Yeah.
Which gives me perspective on where people's minds really are. People do love the negative shit, but what people really love more is being pushed past the negative shit back into success.
Yeah.
Which I am fucking rambling. I know I'm rambling, but yeah, that's just where my brain led me. Yeah. What I was curious from you, because I haven't even asked you yet, what are your plans for this year? What are your goals, plans?
Honestly, this year I just want to work my ass off 6 days a week. Obviously, I want to make time for the missus and friends, go out and do things every now and again. But I'll be working 6 days a lot. Nice. I'm going to try to anyway.
And is that to save? Like,
to save, just generally save. This is going to be my work year. Work hard, save year.
Nice. Do you find a positive mindset in working anyway? Like just having that time, like to be at work?
When I'm not at work, I'm not thinking about work. When I'm at work, I'm switched on. I'm concentrating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's how you don't slip up. But when I'm not at work, I'm enjoying life.
Yeah.
That's how it's got to be.
I know what you mean.
You got to work to live, not live to work.
Yeah, for sure. Another great quote, for sure. But the reason I'm asking is because I do find comfort in being at work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right now I've got an extended holiday and I'm fucking loving every second of it. And part of me is just like, if I could do this forever, what a life. What a life. But then when I'm actually at work again, working every single night and even weekends or doing cashies, I find comfort in that. You know what I mean? It's like I step out of my own life. Yeah, I don't feel like a bum, but I step out of my life and I get to enter something else. I get to enter a world that's free from my emotions, my obligations, my responsibilities, my goals, my commitments, and I have a task to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I find a lot of comfort in having a task, and that's why I was wondering, do you find that as well?
I guess so, in some ways. The way I look at it, with my plans, I'm probably going to do 2 small holidays, just a 4-day weekend. So I've got Melbourne with the girlfriend and a couple other friends and some of her friends. So we're actually going to Carnival.
Oh yeah, that'd be
I missed
sick.
out last year. That was a bit of a messy one.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
And then I want to do surfers maybe in October and November, whenever.
Okay.
At some point later in the year, I want to do surfers, and then they'll be like 4-day weekends. So I think Melbourne's, I only have to take 3 days annual leave, and then with surfers, probably another 2 days annual leave, and then the weekend. Yeah. And then the following year, I know the girlfriend wants to go to Japan.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm open to do that.
Yeah, that'd be sick. That'd be very sick.
Yeah, she's been before. She said it's really good.
Nice.
Different culture, very unique. And I want to go see the streets where Tokyo Drift was filmed.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That's the main reason I want to go. See some Jap cars and some cool shit.
That'd be heaps cool.
But yeah, Japan's got a lot to offer, so I'm open to the idea. There's some other places I want to go to as well. I want to do Thailand with you at some point.
Yeah.
Get a bit more, have some more tats.
Yeah.
Get some more tats from Bloodline Inc.
But yeah, I hear. So you do like work for the fact that you get to save money, but you're just looking forward to those breaks in between.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, when I'm not at work, I'm not thinking about work.
Okay.
When I'm at work, I'm thinking about work.
Yeah. That's a
you
challenge.
Find that balance.
Yeah. That's a challenge a lot of people have to face.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're pretty much just going to spend the year saving.
This year? Yeah, for sure.
What about fitness-wise?
Yeah, I want to try and get in the gym 4 to 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Realistically, 4 would be good. But yeah, a lot of days I'm doing past 11 hours and I'm just drained.
Yeah,
so
they're big days.
I've signed an agreement with work, which everyone does that works at my work. You have to do 10.5 hours minimum every day, Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
And then there's every second Saturday. You don't have to do every second Saturday, but ideally they do want you to do that. But yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday I get in there, and then after hits Thursday Arvo, I'm just drained and I just go straight to sleep, have a shower, sleep, set an alarm at like 6:45 p.m. If I get up, I go to the gym. If not, I'm crashed out. I'll get up one more time to get my food ready, my clothes ready for the next day, and I'm back to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm that drained.
Yeah. Well, that's good. You sound like you're going to fucking have a grinding year, bro.
Yeah,
grinding year.
Yeah. Pretty much just a massive grinding year.
Yeah, mad. I like it. I like it a lot.
And I still want to go back to doing kitchens on the side as well. I was doing that last year. That was great.
Yeah, that's right. You were.
Mine's a great cabinet maker. I'm not really sure which path I want to go down in the future. Obviously, if I get the tickets and the machines that I'm on, I'll like doing that. But at the same time, I do want to install a nice kitchen.
Yeah.
It's so satisfying when you finish a kitchen and then this looks great. Like, it's not an easy trade to learn.
Nah, cabinet making.
It'd take a lot. But I mean, if I go and do it and I have the passion for it, I couldn't see why I couldn't do it.
So you're open to the idea of like getting a trade or something like that?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like I've got a couple in the past that I should have filled out, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Like mechanics. I've got a bit of mechanics under my belt, glazing.
Yeah.
They're not trades I went and finished. Mechanic, I'm 3rd year, and so is glazing, 3rd year.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, when I was younger, I kept changing careers. I just didn't know what I wanted to do.
Yeah. Well, we live in a world today where you can get recognised prior learning. You can get signed off on certificates and things like that.
Yeah, that's it.
So it's a good thing that you have these skills because, like, you're able to, say, for example, service your own cars, things like that. When you do eventually get your own house, you can be able to service windows, put windows in, things like that. They're definitely good skills to have. Fuck yeah. The ticket's a bonus.
Would have been a bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
glass, honestly, I'd probably still pay someone to do it.
Yeah. You didn't like it?
Such a messy job.
Okay.
It depends what it was, really. But yeah, the reason I stopped doing glazing, the amount of cuts and injuries that I got.
Oh yeah.
Back to work.
Yeah.
Workplace injuries.
Yeah.
One time I was doing a shower, and I slid something on the door, stopped the water draining out. And I did it wrong and it shattered and split my knee up.
Oh shit.
Fuck, that wasn't fun.
Yeah, shit.
And then yeah, because I used to work with this good buddy of mine back in.
I remember this bloke. Yeah. He's a crazy bloke. What's his name again?
Blinky
Bill. Yeah. He's the fucking legend.
Yeah, I worked with him. I actually met him at this first job that I was at with him, and then we both left that job and started off together. And
that's right. You were doing
didn't
your
really
own
work
job.
out. We went in there with not enough experience, and it just didn't work out. Yeah. But I had a great time. No regrets.
Yeah. He was a funny cunt.
He still is a funny cunt.
He still is.
Now and again.
Yeah.
He's still a funny cunt.
Yeah, nice. But, Fuck yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it just wasn't meant to be back then.
Yeah.
We went in. I was so mature back then as well.
Yeah, I know. I know you were. I remember the snaps when you were doing glazing. They were crazy.
Oh, yeah. The amount of mirrors that we smashed and stuff like that. Yeah. Some of them on purpose, most of them not.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, obviously, we got some jobs that weren't realistic and ideal. Like trying to get a 3-meter long mirror up a thin flight of stairs. That just didn't work out. I think we got that same mirror and broke it 3 times. And, on the third one, we looked at each other and we're like, fuck this. Yeah. We just couldn't get it up there. We even had the builder helping us with that third mirror. And we ended up getting the job done, but we had to get the company that supplied the mirrors to split it in 2 so we could actually fit it upstairs. But I think the second mirror, I cut my hand open on the edge of it. Yeah,
so I know I've got mates that are doing glazing at the moment. He says, I've never had so many cuts in my life.
Yeah, it's a bullshit job.
Yeah,
props to the people that do it. I've got a few mates that are qualified in it. I wish I was one of them, but I couldn't see in the job anymore.
Yeah.
I was just like, fuck, I need a way out.
Yeah.
And then after that, I worked with my crazy uncle.
Yeah.
Top bloke.
Yeah.
But even that was a good time of life as well.
Yeah.
That was great.
Well, it's good. It's good that you know that you have a mindset where it's like, I'm open to fucking getting those tickets again.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, bro, like, fuck, the amount of when you're open to the idea of making money, there's a million ways to make money. I've learned that now that I'm doing my own jobs.
That's what I'm thinking about as well. I think about it every day. What sort of side hustle I'm going to come up with?
You got to have a side hustle.
All legal, obviously.
Yeah, of course. But everyone should have a side hustle.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I think they say that
a second income's pays for groceries and whatnot. Yeah, you need it. I wouldn't mind doing the kitchens as a side hustle, and then obviously later on going doing that full time.
Yeah,
in my career.
That'd be
and
cool.
Have another side hustle on top of that.
Yeah.
At the moment, I'm just open ideas, thinking outside the box and. But it's not easy, You're just going, it's one thing thinking about it, but it's another thing actually doing it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. A dream means nothing if you leave it on the pillow. It's a quote that I heard recently.
Yeah, that's a good quote.
Yeah, I like that quote a lot too. To be honest, I write down every time I hear a good quote now, I'll be writing them down on my phone. And it's just a good way for me to it just reference my daily tasks even, you know what I mean? It's been good. I heard this one quote, everyone's probably heard it before, but it was, if you want to learn how to buy without looking at the price, then you got to learn how to work without looking at the clock. And fuck, that just hit me.
That's a different. Yeah, that'll hit different. I'm always looking at the clock.
Yeah.
When I'm not as busy, of course. When I'm busy, time flies. But when I'm not busy, you got to stay busy.
Yeah.
You're looking at your phone.
Yeah.
Time drags.
Yeah, at work. I know. But speaking of side hustles, I think they say that most multi-millionaires and billionaires have a minimum of 5 different ways that they have income. So it's good to know that, you know. And we have ways.
I wish I was that smart that I could have 5 side hustles, but
bro, we got plenty of time to work out 5 side hustles. Plenty of time. You know, property, that's an easy one. Once you get housing, then that's the easy ones to come in.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, side cashies, that's another hustle. So you'd already have 3 by the time you're fucking 30, as you said, when you want to get your own place. You know, if you rent that out, that you've already got 3 ways to make money.
I want to do it before 30.
Yeah. That's what I mean. But like you only need to find another 2. So you're definitely capable of doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I tell you what, Zib. There's this thing that I like to do, and you came on the first time, and we did this thing called Would You Rather. Remember that?
Yeah.
It's a bit different now. Now it's deep questions. Okay. All right. So it's to get a bit more personal into the way we think. I always go first to make the other person feel a bit more comfortable, in case the first question's a really fucking deep question. All right. All right. As I said, I've never seen these questions before. They're going to be completely random.
Yeah.
So any dead time, I'll just cut it out.
Yeah.
What is the best way for you to express your thoughts or feelings? The best way for me to express my feelings is definitely through talking, 100%. Talking to my friends. That's the number one thing, you know. And I love my family, and I can talk to them about anything, but there's just something different for me about talking to my friends about things that I'm worried about. because it's also an unbiased opinion, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
My family might be a little bit more sugarcoating and saying things to make me feel better, but my friends are going to be straight up. Friends are going to be straight up. But the question does also mention, like, you know, do you prefer writing, talking, things like that? So what about you?
Talking as well, expressing my feelings, or if something's wrong, you know, instead of bottling it up, talking about it, I guess, is a better way to go.
Mm-hmm. And what about, do you feel like you have that open relationship with your missus?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For instance, Christmas Eve, I had a bit too much to drink, went a bit silly.
Yeah.
I was pissed off at myself. I'm like, I'm not that person anymore. Remember how I said, you know, all the fun shit that we did back in the day, all the benders and all that's past us.
Yeah, yeah.
But actually, Christmas Eve, I got a little bit loose. But oh yeah, I was actually disappointed in myself.
Okay.
It pissed me off, actually.
And you're able to talk to your missus about it?
Yeah, I told her what happened and stuff like that. It wasn't anything bad. It was just, too much to drink.
Yeah. Yeah, good to know. It's good that you have that relationship. All right. You're going to go first on this one. If you woke up tomorrow with no weaknesses or no fears, what's the first thing that you think you'd do?
First thing I would do, go and invest all my money.
Yeah, it's a great idea, bro. That's a great idea.
Because they do say money makes money.
Yeah.
But you don't want to go and invest it in something that, you know, you lose it all.
Yeah. Fear, eh? Fear stops me from investing a lot.
For sure.
Yeah. So if you didn't have the fear, you think you would invest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously I want to grow from now. But at the same time, the risk of losing it all scares the shit out of me.
Yeah,
so,
fuck yeah. I feel that.
I feel like the only safe investment would be
property.
Buying a house.
It sucks, eh?
Property, yeah,
it sucks.
Shit. But going around messing with crypto and all that. You still doing that?
I'm not investing in crypto anymore. I have my crypto. I'm just going to sit on it because I have high hopes for it at the moment, which has gone up and down. My mindset towards crypto, I've been thinking for a while now, silly idea, but I'm going back on the bandwagon of I'm proud of my investment.
Yeah, that's it.
I think that if I was to wake up with no weaknesses or no fears, I would probably... Oh, fuck, I don't know, bro. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I live my life in much fear at the moment. I'm trying to overcome that, you know? If I'm fearful of something, I'm trying to do it. So, I'd say...
When are we going skydiving?
I'm actually going skydiving in 2 weeks because I bought my brother a skydiving ticket for his birthday. Yeah.
That's always been on the bucket list.
In 1 week.
Out of a plane.
Yeah, in 1 week, sorry, I'm going.
Well, let me know how you go because I'm going to do it one day.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I'm very excited to do it. It was a little bit hefty, I got to be honest with you. I go on skydiving, especially to pay for all the photography and videography and shit. But it's definitely something that I'm excited to do. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I might skip this question to answer because I think I'm working on that myself with the weaknesses and fears. I don't know if I really have one. All right. Do you think the way a person looks says much about their personality?
It can, you know.
Agreed.
It can.
Yeah.
Karen's always going to be a Karen.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Some people, you know, you can kind of look at them and go, yep, that's their personality.
Yeah. I think that my opinion on this, which is not accurate, but we have kind of gone past the stage where we've understood don't judge a book by its cover. Yeah. We have. Yeah. But then the Karens and things like that are the new wave of judging a book by its cover are so readable. You can tell the weirdos, you know, the way you can tell the one, you know, when you see those people and you're like, oh my God, they're real. You know what I mean? With the fucked up hair and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I try not to judge people just by looking at them. Mm-hmm. I'm still not a judgmental person.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to overcome that. I still have a biased opinion when I see some people sometimes.
You got to get to know them and talk to them first before you make a decision.
Yeah.
This person's a bit whack.
Yeah. But to be completely honest with you, I think you can definitely tell a lot about someone by their appearance. It just doesn't have to be looked at in a negative way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can tell the more creative, expressive people sometimes. You can tell the more, obviously, the physically active people. You can tell that. I've got a good
question for you.
Okay, hit me.
How do you think other people view you with the head tats? People that have never met you before with that neck tat, the tattoo on your head, tattoo on the back of your head.
All right, good question. And thank you, because not many people do come on and ask me a question, so it's a good feeling. Honestly, I don't think they think anything differently. I got to be honest with you, because I don't see them.
Yeah, but what if that person's a Karen? Well, They go, oh, this guy's got a head tat. He must be a criminal.
I got to be honest, that doesn't occur to me. It doesn't. If I really think about it though, which is not something that I do think about, if I really think about it, I think that some people might have a bit more of a bad opinion on me. Like there's this one bloke at work and he fucking said to me when I shaved my head, he's like, "Fuck, bro, you look fucking mean with that shit." And I said, oh, God, I don't want to be like that. But he knows me. He's like, no, I know you, and he'll fucking fuck with me a little bit, you know. But he's an older bloke. He's 55.
Yeah.
So maybe the older generation, they would think that. But to be honest with you, I don't think about it too often.
Yeah.
I try and be the best version of myself. Try and be polite, engaging, all these things. So yeah, I don't think about it. I don't think about it.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. But good question. All right. Would you rather go to jail for 4 years for something you didn't do, or get away with something terrible that you will always live in fear of being caught?
Oh, fuck. That's a hard one.
That's a hard one.
You want to go first on this one?
Okay. Would I rather go to jail for 4 years, something I didn't do, or always live in fear of being caught? I'm going to have to say I'd rather live in fear of being caught.
Yeah.
Because I heard this saying once, I'd rather put a innocent man in jail, I'd rather put 10 innocent people in jail so one guilty person does go to jail. And I really do think that's something that I think as well. Yeah. Because if I went to jail for something I didn't commit, then someone who did the crime is out there free.
Yeah.
And I think the way the justice system works is it's fucking shit. It has its flaws, it has its problems, but I do think that I'm happy to let people go to jail innocently, including myself, as long as it also means that the people who are guilty do go to jail. So just for the fact that I wouldn't want the right person to be out there. What about yourself?
With me, I don't think I could handle looking over my shoulder for something that deep, you know?
Yeah.
I'd probably rather just go to jail 4 years, or try and like get proven not guilty.
Oh yeah, true.
If you get proven not guilty, you might do half the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Nah, I probably wouldn't want to look over my shoulder.
Yeah.
For starters, I wouldn't get myself in a position where I have to do that.
Of course. I'm
going to be a lot smarter.
For your whole life?
Yeah,
oh my God, it must have been murder or something, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, straight up.
You try and cut the situation in half before the get-go, and then you should be sweet.
Yeah. I agree with you. I'll ask you this. What motivates you?
What motivates me? Future.
The future?
The future. Yeah. You don't know what it's going to bring, but obviously you want to build yourself and grow. Realistically, that's a good question. The future.
And do you say that in a sense of like excitement? Like, you know, you're excited, so you know you have to fucking put in the work. Exactly, is that what you mean?
Got to put in the work and see where life takes you. Yeah. Make the most of things.
Oh, also
live every day like it's your last too.
Yeah, for sure. I think what motivates me, and I have said this before, it's that I know that one day I am going to die, and I have a fear, to be honest, of not being proud of everything I've done. So I'm motivated to be happy with myself and what I have accomplished. That's what motivates me, you know. I need to be fucking happy when I'm done.
Yeah, I'm the same, but I want to accomplish more.
Yeah.
I just want to keep grinding and growing.
Yeah, good.
And then later on, I want to live comfortably.
Yeah.
Financial freedom, things like that.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. All right, we won't do too much more of these, but we'll do a couple more.
Okay.
The first one, actually not the first one, but the one that just popped up. Does gender matter?
On?
Just gender in general. Does it matter? Like, all right, I'll change the question so it's a bit more. Like, do you think the whole movement at the moment, and this is a touchy subject, so feel free if you don't want to answer it. Do you think the whole movement on people choosing their own genders and people identifying as something even though they were born something else, do you think that is important or not important?
Oh, it's definitely important. Like, I don't know, I'm not going through that, so I can't speak for other people, but God put two genders on this earth. You're either a male or a female.
Yeah.
Not fucking 50 genders like what's going out
these
days. But, I mean, you were born with a gift. Just embrace it. Why do you have to change it? I don't really agree with it, but I can't speak on behalf of other people, you know. I don't understand it. Imagine chopping your dick off one day and going, fuck, I want to be a female.
I can't imagine it. Yeah, I can't imagine that desire. But I do put a bit of thought into it, I've got to be honest with you, because it's such a big topic in a lot of podcasts I listen to. because it's so mainstreamed and mediarized at the moment. And I do agree with you. There is two genders, male and female.
Yeah,
there's two genders. There's two genders.
What does non-binary even mean?
Non-binary means you don't identify as a male or a female. Yeah. Which, all right, I have empathy because some people must feel like they're not. You know, I've heard stories of people on podcasts who've been guests.
Are you an alien or?
No, the non-binary thing I don't understand. But I have heard stories of blokes who, for example, have been serving in the army and special forces and black ops and literally things like that, and they've lived their life for 30 years, 40 years in these roles as an alpha male, basically. And then one day they've just had enough, and then they go get the surgery, and then they start wearing the dresses and all these things, and it's like that must be an actual thing that person's feeling. You know what I mean? You
don't actually know what they're going through. So
I don't know what they're going through.
Yeah, we just can't relate.
Can't relate. Can't relate. No. But I think people should be able to express themselves however they want to express themselves.
Exactly.
They can fucking dress up or get sex changes and all these things as long as they're adults, obviously. But there has to be a line in the sand.
Exactly. Don't push it onto other people.
Yeah, there has to be a line.
Be yourself and whatnot, but don't try and change the minds of young people and make
the young people
are okay that aren't okay.
Yeah,
you know?
The young people is a permanent line in the sand. 18 years old is the age in Australia you're allowed to drink alcohol and vote. That's the age you should be able to do anything to your body. I agree with the tattoos and everything like that.
You can actually get a tattoo with a
parental consent. Yeah. But I don't even know if that's, in my opinion, I don't know if that's okay. I think 18 is a good line in the sand. But there also should be another line in the sand, because the whole movement, I understand, is like, I want to be able to express myself however I want to express myself, and don't stop my opinion, right? But what if it's my opinion that you're a male or a female? Then why are you allowed to be yourself, but I'm not allowed to be myself? You know, do whatever you want to do, think however you want to think. But the line in the sand is, when you go to a doctor's office and they ask if you're a male or female, you answer it biologically. Yeah. When you sign up for a job, you answer it biologically. It's, in my opinion, you're more than welcome to say, I do identify as a female, and I don't believe I was born in my own body correctly. And I feel like I've always felt like a woman if I'm a man. And I would prefer it if you spoke to me as if I was a woman. And that should be up to the other person's discretion, you know? If you're like me and you and everyone else that we know, you're going to be like, okay, I'll do my best to call you a fucking girl. But at the same time, like, fuck, you can't force anyone to do it. Yeah. So we have the same idea.
I don't think I've ever met anyone that decided to change their gender. Like, I've heard of people doing it, but I haven't actually had a conversation with someone that's changed their gender. So.
Me too. And I would love to. I would love to just hear how they thought about it, because I'm open.
An educational thing, really give you a bit of an understanding what that person's going through and whatnot.
Yeah, 100%. We have the same understanding on that. All right, what are signs that someone is secretly unhappy?
No, you can tell by their emotions, some of their actions and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. What's an example?
Man, I'm not really good at giving examples, but you can kind of tell on someone's face where, you know, something's up, and yeah, you just start asking if they're okay and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. I find it weird because people somehow know it within myself.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm not genuinely unhappy in the moment, but I'm going through something. Yeah. And I'm actually in the moment.
You don't really show it.
But to be honest, some people do. They notice it. Yeah. And you've noticed it too. And like, I don't know how people are able to know that with me. I don't know how. Because in the moment, I'm actually fine. But whatever is happening outside of that moment, I'm not okay with. But then people are like they'll reference, yeah, you didn't look fine yesterday, you didn't look happy, you know, and it's like, how the fuck were you able to know that? Yeah. I think for me, a secret sign that someone is unhappy would be like not being as productive, obviously, you know, not showing up for their commitments like work or their hobby or their sport. That's obvious things sign, like that. Yeah. Obvious signs like that. Yeah. Other than that, it's a bit hard to fucking work it out. All right, if you had to pick someone else to win the lottery, just one person, who would you pick? Fuck, I think I need time to think about that one.
Gonna be your partner?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, my partner.
Yeah, easy. You're lucky, bro. Yeah. You got a fucking great answer on that one.
My partner, I'd definitely have to think about that, and
because you know you've got your mum or your dad. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's like, how do you choose between your mum or your dad?
Exactly.
Fuck, if I was to pick one person to give the lottery to. I think it would have to be my mum. It'd have to be my mum.
Someone that's been through the shit and, you know, dragged themselves up, never gave up.
Yeah. I always think about that. If I won like 100 million, how much am I giving out? Yeah. And I've got 50 people I'd give $1 million to out of 100 million. Yeah.
I'll probably be one of them.
Yeah, fucking know you're one of them. Fuck, you have two just.
No, I appreciate that. I'd probably give you $1 million too.
Yeah, good. I'm hoping for it. All right, we'll do one more then.
Okay.
What is the saddest feeling in the world?
Oh, that's a hard one.
For me, it's easy, to be honest. I know what I'm going to say.
Self-doubt, I think.
Self-doubt.
Yeah, I guess so.
That is a sad... That might even be top... That might even top mine. Because with self-doubt, fuck, everything else crumbles.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that is a fucking horrible feeling.
That was me a couple of years ago, but I really worked on my mindset, how to get out of it. Yeah. But yeah, I'd have to say self-doubt. Yeah. That's probably worse than a breakup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say like loss, like as in death.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a hard one too.
And yeah, that's a fucking hard thing, but you know, you have shit to do. You have commitments. You can't sit around and dwell on it forever.
Yeah.
With self-doubt, you're probably right, because like, how do you get yourself out of self-doubt? You need someone to bring you out of it most of the time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, all right. Well, fuck. I think it could be either of the two. All right. It's been a great potty. Xibbo. Do you feel a bit better about this one than the first one?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Less incriminating.
The other one was just was a practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way I saw it.
Yeah, for sure.
Bit of a mark around, but yeah, I still like the first potty. That was a great.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. Yeah, yeah, it was a good one. All right, there's one final question that I do ask everyone that comes on, and it's what piece of advice would you say to someone who's feeling depressed because they're lost?
There's always a light at the end of the tunnel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
there's always something to look forward to. You may not see it in the moment, but something good will happen. There's always positives in life. It's how you make it. Yeah,
I feel that. There is always a light at the end of the tunnel.
Always, yeah.
Yeah. You're good with the quotes, I've got to say. You're good with the quotes. You've got good ones, eh? You've got good ones. All right, bro. I've really enjoyed this episode. I really have. For everyone listening, thank you very much for making it to the end of the episode. And I can't wait for the future, because we're definitely going to be doing a part 2.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck yeah. Beautiful, bro.
Thanks for having me.
That's alright,
Shawty catch a vibe, yeah, I had to put her on. Bought a 2-seater, yeah, we heading for the sun. Shawty got my high, I ain't tripping for the funds. Yeah, I won't start, I ain't tripping, I'm a stunt.